Hello and welcome to the Sophomore Advising video. This video is presented by me, Professor Chat. It is designed to help introduce you to the things that you'll need to know in order to set yourself up for registering for courses. It serves as a prelude to our advising so that you can come to your advising meetings prepared so that you can figure out the classes you need and go from there with your advisor. Okay. We start here today by looking at your degree audit. This is something you can find on your My Westfield account. You go to your degree audit and open it up, and it should look something relatively similar to this. It won't be exactly the same. This is a printed copy that has been redacted so that no relevant information is shared, by which I mean no sensitive private information is shared. So it's been redacted to eliminate personal information. Okay, the concepts are still important here. Right, so what we've got on this, we've got the advisors, which in this case the student has Michael George from Criminal Justice and myself from Business, right? Matching the majors, Criminal Justice and Business, to advisors. This particular student's a sophomore, as you all should be as you're watching this video. The concentration they've already picked, which you don't necessarily have yet, but this student has picked one. It's a concentration because they're a business management major, that they have a concentration in finance. Right, this is something that you need to have in order to graduate if you are majoring in business management. You should have this selected by the end of your sophomore year, and you can talk to your advisor about this in terms of what you think is the most appropriate concentration for you. But you should have one selected so that your degree audit is filled out and you can complete the tasks it sets for you. The other relevant pieces up here in the header are the overall hours earned. So this particular student has 45 credit hours earned out of a total of 120. Right? In order to graduate, you must have 120 hours earned. Otherwise, they won't let you graduate. Right? Even if you complete all the things in the degree audit, you still won't quite have 120. The remaining difference is for what we call general electives. These are for you to study things that you think are either pertinent to your field but are not required. So I often encourage a lot of the accounting students to take ethics. In fact, we should all probably take ethics, but something that you might be interested in, right? So if you're interested in an art class or something, you can take one of those. Or it's just room for flexibility so that if you don't do something in quite the right order, there's still room to make up for it later. Okay, so we've got some general elective credits that round out this 120. Okay, so advisor, class you're in, the major you've selected, and then the concentration if you have picked one, which you will need by the time you graduate. Okay. Hours earned have to be 120 at least in order to graduate. Beyond that, we have here the legend. So things with a green check mark are courses that are completed. Things with this red empty box are not complete. And this little blue squiggle are things that are in progress. Okay. We can come down here. This will show you the academic year you are part of. So the student entered during the academic calendar year of 2017-2018. It'll show their GPA, credits required, credits applied. Okay. They so far have met the minimum 2.0 Westfield GPA. They have not completed the Common Core, and they've not completed their major requirements. So we can come down here and see in the Common Core, they finished English Comp 1 and English Comp 2. Right, I've put a grade in here, so this is just a hypothetical. This is where your grade would show up. Hypothetically, this student received an A in English Comp 1. Right, there'd also be a grade here for English Comp 2, although, again, that has been redacted. Okay. We see here that they still need credits in literature and philosophical analysis, and it says still needed to meet the total 6 credits is 1 class. So they still need 1 class, right? And it can be any of the things in this list. Now this is a pretty extensive list, and looking up all these classes is probably not something most of us want to do one at a time. What's a nice feature about our degree audit that we can't see here in this PDF that I've printed is that when you hold your mouse over things, if you mouse over EDUC 0207, a little pop-up will appear that will tell you what this class is, and so then you can go back to the course booklet and see, what does this course cover? Right, but it'll tell you, right? So I think Philosophy 101, I think this is the ethics course. There are a number of different courses here that meet the requirements. You just need one of them. Go ahead and mouse over and choose. Right. Then we have 6 credits in Appreciation of the Arts. It says this is in progress or almost complete. So we see that in spring 2018, Introduction to Theater was completed, and currently in spring 2019, Cultural Studies is being completed. Right. Once that's done at the end of the semester, this will change from a blue squiggle to a green checkbox, and that will be complete. Okay. So that's the sort of thing you can see in your degree on it, along with the grades you have. You can see the requirements you have in terms of the core. We come down here and we've got the major credit block for criminal justice that's required for this particular student. Right. So if you're a double major, you'll have that, but then you'll have a separate segment down here where it says major in business management, this piece right here. that shows you the things that you need in terms of business management, right? So we've got the business core, principles of accounting 1 and 2, software apps, financial management, etc., etc. These courses are still required. Required core courses. So these are courses that count both for the business core and the common core. So international business will count for a global diversity core credit. Macro and micro count for social understanding. Statistics counts for math. Math for business counts for math. Okay. We have 2 non-business required courses that you have to take. And then the last piece here is the required concentration. If you have not declared a concentration yet, this will be where your degree audit stops. Right? And you'll need to do that by the time you graduate once again. But once you've declared, and again, the student declared in finance, you'll see concentration in finance, or whichever concentration you pick, and the 6 required courses or 6 required options for that particular concentration in order to graduate. Okay, so that's your degree audit. This is how you see what you've taken and what's left to take. The question then becomes, what classes should you take in the upcoming semester, right? So you see this student has quite a few remaining. There are a lot of different choices, right? Now, it's important to talk to your advisor about the advisor in the area. So for business management students, you should talk to your business advisor. If you have another major, in this case criminal justice, when it comes to criminal justice courses and the progression there, you should talk to your criminal justice advisor, right? So go to the major specific advisor. Okay, so how do we decide which of the courses that are remaining should we take? Well, let's pop in here on the web, right? So this is a course web page that is, let's just show you real quick. www.bus.westfield.ma.edu. Right. This is the Business and Economics webpage. I suppose I should center this a little bit so it's a little more aesthetic. There we go. This is the Economics and Management homepage. You can find a lot of stuff about the content here. The thing that we're going to look at right now is this thing called the advising list. Right? It's also copied in the student handbook, but the advising list is where it's broken out. And what we have here are what we call the concentration grids. Okay. This is a course progression that has been completed for each concentration. So here's one on accounting, here's one in finance, here's one for marketing, and of course there's one for management. And what these things do is they tell you the courses and in the order, the courses you need to take in which order the quotes ideal situation you take them in, or the progression. Right. But it's rare that someone takes these in exactly this order, so if you're not taking them in exactly this order, you shouldn't panic. What we should look at is these things year by year, right? So in the freshman year, these are the courses we've expected you to complete, where CC represents Common Core, and as we get down a little farther here in the junior year, you'll see GE for General Elective. Right? Common Core is any of the Common Core courses. General Elective is literally any course for credit that you have not already taken so that you get additional credits towards that 120 credit total. Okay. So what we have here, this is the finance concentration. These are the courses for freshman year. These are the courses you should complete in your sophomore year, etc., etc. Okay. So again, you don't necessarily have to take in the second semester of your sophomore year accounting 2, marketing management, quants, business and technical writing, and Common Core. If you've already taken one of those, then obviously don't retake it. But what you should have is by the end of your spring semester of sophomore year, you should be looking at having everything in sophomore year and freshman year complete so you can move into the upper level classes of junior and senior year. Okay. Now, with that in mind, we should look at things down here. Right? Anything that's green is a fall-only class. Anything that's orange is a spring-only class. These things are important to recognize because it means they're only taught in the fall or spring, respectively, and so you have to plan accordingly so that you can have them. Right? You don't want to get to the last semester of your senior year in the spring and find out that you need something like, in this case, econometrics, which is a fall-only class, because it will mean you need to return for an additional semester to take just one class, which would be very frustrating. Right? So you need to manage these things so that you don't have a fall-only class left to take during the spring semester. Okay? Now, the best way to manage that is by looking at the piece, let me highlight this correct, the gray text underneath the name of the class. Because the gray text underneath the name of the course are the prerequisites for the business classes, right? So a prerequisite to Accounting 1 is this Management 0107, which is Software Apps and Management. Okay, so in order to take Accounting 1, you have to take Software Apps. In order to take Accounting 2, you have to take Accounting 1. And then, as a further part of the progression, in order to take Financial Management, you have to have taken Accounting 2. Right? So there's a reason we want to have some of these things complete by the end of your sophomore year, and that's because the upper level classes depend on that, and there are these long prerequisite chains that you have to fulfill. Right? This is especially important in finance, where after software apps, accounting 1, accounting 2, and then financial management, then you are eligible to take the upper level finance classes like advanced financial management, which requires financial management, and the security analysis and portfolio management courses, which also require financial management. Right? So there's a relatively long progression that you need to complete in order to get to the upper level courses. That's one of the longer ones, the finance progression. Accounting has a couple of long ones, and management and marketing do too. They're obviously concentration specific, and that's something that you can talk about with either your advisor or whoever's in your concentration area. Right. It's also something that you can look at by coming to this advising sheet on the business webpage and figure out yourself. Right. That's part of the point of this video, is to teach you how to do that. Right. Now, so this gives us the business prerequisites, but there are some other courses. So there are common core courses and general elective courses that you might want to take, and you'll see that the prerequisites are not listed for that. Okay, so if you want to know where to find the prerequisites, you can come to the Westfield homepage. Oops, no, here we go. The Westfield homepage. You can click on University Catalog, and on University Catalog, you can scroll down and come to course descriptions. And then as you scroll down, if you pick a course, it will describe to you what the prerequisites are. And that's true for any of the courses that are offered at this institution. And so that's where you find the prerequisites. Okay. Now, if you want to find the courses that are being offered, right, because certain common core courses are offered different semesters, you would go to the registrar's page. Right, so this is the registrar at Westfield. You click on the you click on the in this case, the Spring 2019 Day Division Course Offerings booklet, and this will pull up the COB that has the different courses that are being offered. If I can scroll down to the point where they're, here we go. I'll have to move this over a little bit so you can see it. But we have the course Accounting 104, this is Principles of Accounting 1, who teaches it. The CRN, which is what you need to register. That's the thing that physically goes in that you punch in to get the section you want. So this is 30082 to get section 1, which is taught online, or 30168, which is section 2, which is taught Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:15 in this particular semester. It gives you the number of credits, and then this last piece is there's a core column that says, does it count for a particular part of the core? Okay, so that's the course offering booklets that details the complete segment of what is being offered in a particular semester. And again, that's found on the registrar's webpage. Okay, the last thing I think that I should show you is the what-if analysis that can be done using your degree audit. So if you come back into your degree audit, ordinarily you'll see you're on the worksheets page, and you'll have the degree audit that has all of your information on it. Right, but there's also this piece called what if. So you can click on what if, right, and this will let you change things to see, what do I need to do if I change majors? Right, what do I do if I add this major, or what do I do if I major in this instead? Right, so what you can do is you can come into what if, and it will change your degree audit to show you what requirements are for a particular program. Right, so we leave undergraduate alone generally. Degree, Bachelor of Science, this depends on which things there are. So Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Nursing, Education, etc., etc. Here we're going to see what happens if you have a different concentration, or just how I would do that. So you have to pick an academic year. You can pick the one that you came in, or you can pick the most recent one. In this case, we'll pick the one that this student came in, which was 2017-2018. Pick a major. So I'm interested in just seeing what happens if there's a different concentration. Right, so I'll keep business management as the major, leave the minor alone, pick a concentration, which in this case I go to business management. If I wanted to see what would happen if they were an accounting major instead, I could click accounting. Right, and this now says, given that I want these degrees in this from this academic year with this major and this concentration, you can click process what if, and it will put out a new degree audit for you, and it will fill things in based on what you've already completed and what you still have to complete in order to get a degree in that. I'm not going to do that here, because if I do, it will show this particular student's information, and then that's not something I should do. But you can fill around with this and see what happens with the different concentrations in different majors, so on and so forth. Anyways, that's our advising video. In order to ensure that you've watched this, there's a code word, and the code word comes right here at the end. The code word is Firebird. So when you come to your advising meeting, please say Firebird, so I know you've watched the video, and we'll go forth from there. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was informative, and if you have questions, please absolutely come see me. Otherwise, go ahead and start assembling a list of courses that you think you should take based on what you saw in the video and the courses that are being offered through the registrar's webpage, and we'll talk about it during our meeting. Awesome. Have a good one.